Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful Thursday, but things in Port Charles are absolutely chaotic right now. Grab your coffee and settle in, because we have a massive, game-changing bombshell to unpack today. The icy waters of the Quartermain Lake just became the stage for a seismic shift in momentum, forcing a devastating, impossible choice that will shatter a family and send shockwaves through every single person standing on that dock. Let me just back up for a second, because I am getting way ahead of myself and my heart is still pounding. So, we all knew Nina was reaching her breaking point. We knew she was spiraling because Drew was starting to regain his speech and his mobility. His first word was Willow, and he said it with so much venom that Nina knew the clock was ticking. She knew that her precious daughter's sick, twisted crimes of keeping Drew paralyzed and locked in were about to be exposed to the entire world. But to actually shove the man into the lake while he is strapped into a wheelchair? That is a whole new level of dark, even for Nina Reed. And she didn't just push him. She pushed him and then immediately started screaming her head off, faking this hysterical panic attack to cover her tracks. She wanted everyone to think it was a tragic accident. She wanted him to drown before anyone could get there to hear the truth. It is so deeply chilling to watch her switch from a cold-blooded attempted murderer to a weeping, helpless bystander in a matter of seconds. I know some people are loving this villain era for Nina, but personally, I am just disgusted. She destroys absolutely everything she touches, and she always justifies it by claiming she is doing it out of love. But here is where the writers completely knocked it out of the park. Because Nina didn't account for Gio Palmieri. Remember when Brooklyn casually suggested that Gio should grab one more swim down by the boathouse before he leaves the Quartermain mansion? Yeah, that offhand comment literally saved Drew's life. Gio is a trained summer lifeguard, and the second he heard Nina's fake, blood-curdling screams, he didn't hesitate. He dove straight into that freezing water and pulled Drew out. Gio is officially the hero of the summer, and I am so here for it. But the rescue isn't even the craziest part of this episode. Not even close. Because while all of this chaos is unfolding, while Nina is putting on the performance of a lifetime and Gio is performing a dramatic water rescue, there was a silent witness. Scout. Little Scout Kane was just wandering around the Quartermain estate, playing on her tablet, and she recorded the entire thing. Every single second. Can we talk about this for a minute? Can we talk about the sheer, heartbreaking tragedy of this poor little girl? Scout has already been through so much. She lost her mother when Cyrus killed Sam, which is a trauma no child should ever have to endure. And now, she is standing near a lake, holding a tablet, watching her stepmother's mother intentionally shove her paralyzed father into the water to drown him. The psychological damage this is going to inflict on Scout is astronomical. I was literally crying watching her little face contort in absolute terror. She knew exactly what she was looking at. She knew Nina did it on purpose. So what does this brave, terrified little girl do? She runs. She runs away from the lake, clutching that tablet like her life depends on it, and she runs straight into Harrison. Wait, I need to take a breath, because the chase element of this storyline is it is cinematic perfection. Chase was already on the Quartermain property because he was looking for Willow. He was supposed to bring her into the PCPD for questioning regarding Jen Sidwell. We all saw Willow weeping and begging Chase to compromise his badge and lie for her, telling him to say he couldn't find her. Chase has always had this massive blind spot when it comes to Willow. He has always viewed her as this pure, innocent angel who just gets caught up in bad situations. Even with Brooklyn framing Willow for Jordan's hit and run, Chase has been defending Willow to the death. But then Scout runs up to him. She is trembling, she is sobbing, and she thrusts that tablet into Chase's hands. The look on Chase's face when he hits play on that video, I will never, ever forget it. You can literally see his entire worldview shattering in real time. He watches the footage. He sees Nina look around to make sure the coast is clear. He sees her deliberately, forcefully shove Drew's wheelchair off the edge of the dock. He hears the splash. He watches Nina wait a few agonizing seconds before she starts her fake scream. It is undeniable, irrefutable proof of attempted murder. But it's not just about Nina. Because Chase is a detective. He is a damn good cop when his judgment isn't clouded by his person. And as he watches that video, as he processes the sheer desperation in Nina's actions, the puzzle pieces finally click together in his brain. Why would Nina try to murder Drew? Because Drew was waking up. Why is that a threat? Because Willow has been drugging him with Sidwell's paralytics. Chase realizes In that one horrifying moment, that Nina and Willow are colluding, he realizes that Willow is not a victim. She is a monster who has been torturing her own husband, and her mother just tried to silence him permanently to cover up Willow's crime. All the lies, all the weeping, all the innocent acts. Chase sees right through it now. The blinders are completely off. I actually cheered at my screen because it is about time someone realized how deeply toxic and manipulative Willow Kane truly is. And then we get the climax of the episode. Chase marches down to the lake. Gio has Drew on the grass, coughing up water, barely clinging to life. Nina is hovering over them, still playing the part of the traumatized mother-in-law, crying fake tears and thanking Gio for saving him. Chase doesn't even hesitate. He walks right up to Nina, pulls out his handcuffs, and arrests her right there on the grass. Nina Reeves, you are under arrest for the attempted murder of Drew Kane. The chills. I had literal chills covering my arm. Nina's fake relief instantly evaporates, and she goes into full-blown panic mode. She starts screaming at Chase, asking him what he is doing, claiming she didn't do anything, claiming it was an accident. But Chase just holds up the tablet. He tells her that Scout caught the whole thing on video. And that is when Nina completely breaks. The facade drops. She realizes she is caught, and she just loses her. She starts thrashing against the handcuffs, sobbing uncontrollably, and she screams the one thing that is going to destroy her life forever. I did it for Willow. I had to protect her. He was going to ruin her. I mean, wow. Just wow. In her desperate attempt to justify her psychotic actions, Nina just implicated her own daughter in front of a police. She basically confessed that Willow needed protecting from Drew, which gives Chase all the probable cause he needs to start digging into Willow's medical abuse of her husband. Nina thought she was saving her daughter, but she just handed the PCPD the exact motive they need to take them both down. The mother-daughter relationship is officially destroyed. There is no coming back from this. Willow is going to blame Nina for being sloppy and getting caught. Nina is going to expect Willow to defend her, but we all know Willow is going to throw her mother straight under the bus to save her own. Willow is the legal wife of Drew Kane. She is a congresswoman, and she has everything to lose. She is going to paint Nina as a deranged, overprotective mother who acted entirely on her own. It is going to be a bloodbath between these two women, and honestly, I am grabbing my popcorn because they both deserve to rot in Pentonville. Let's also talk about the ripple effects of this arrest, because they are going to be massive. First of all, Drew Kane. He survived. He is lying there on the grass, hacking up lake water, but he is alive. And he knows exactly what Nina tried to do. He knows exactly what Willow has been doing to him for months. Drew is entering his ultimate villain era, and I am terrified but also incredibly excited. He is not going to just let the justice system handle this. He is going to want personal, devastating revenge against Willow. I wouldn't be surprised if he fakes compliance or uses this exact situation to completely strip Willow of her wealth, her career, and her freedom. And speaking of freedom, what about Michael Corinthos? Michael has been waiting in the wings for months. He has been scheming to push Willow and Chase into an affair, just waiting for Willow to slip up so he can swoop in and take full custody of Wiley and Amelia. Well, Michael just got handed the golden ticket. His ex-wife is about to be implicated in a massive drugging conspiracy with Jen Sidwell, and her mother just got arrested for attempted murder in front of his kid's half-sister. Michael is going to march into family court with Jacinda on his arm and absolutely obliterate Willow's custody. And you know what? He should. Those kids need to be as far away from Willow and Nina as humanly possible. I just keep thinking about Scout. That poor little girl holding the tablet. She is the MVP of Port Charles right now. If she hadn't been recording, Nina would have completely gotten away. She would have spun some story about the brakes on the wheelchair failing, and without Jack Brennan's missing black box, they wouldn't have had any solid proof. Scout single-handedly brought down the Reeves-Kane conspiracy, and she doesn't even fully understand the magnitude of what she just did. This episode was a masterclass in soap opera pacing. The tension building up to the push, the chaotic rescue, the shocking reveal of the video, and the satisfying payoff of the arrest. I know I complain about the writers sometimes, but when they hit hard. They have completely cornered Willow, they have sent Nina off the deep end, and they have finally allowed Chase to see. I am dreading what this means for Scout's mental health moving forward, but I am so incredibly here for the fallout. Nina is going to be sitting in a holding cell, realizing she just threw her entire life away, and Willow is going to be scrambling to find a lawyer who can keep her out of federal prison. The walls are closing in, and there is nowhere left to run. Will Nina spend the rest of her life behind bars, Or is there another twist coming? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe